We should be live. Hopefully. I think my internet pooped itself and randomly connected to the internet that we have that I can't use for streaming. So it was just like, no, I'm not going to use your hotspot anymore. I'm going to use this really slow, anyway. So I think that's what happened. We should be good. I'm going to update Discord so people know. Oh my gosh. Hi, Eddie. I think I'm back. Hopefully it's fine. Yeah, I think my internet is just was being weird. Hi, Richard. Welcome in. Better now that I think my internet is good. I had to forget the other network because it was just invasive and connected automatically, even though I told it not to. Sorry for the disconnect, everyone. Cactus Flower Creations, welcome in. How are you? Last live I could only watch but not say anything because work. Oh, that's fine. No worries. Before my internet so rudely disconnected me, I was explaining what Dichroic glass is, so I don't know if anyone heard my explanation. I actually don't have an explanation. I don't know why Dichroic is the way it is, to be honest. Something about... I'm not even going to try to make it up, but it's just really cool looking. So, Heidi ho! Heidi ho, neighbor! Welcome in. How you doing? Good to have you here, especially now that my stream is actually connected. You can call me DP, oh god, DPB. DPB for short. Yeah, someone was asking earlier about Dichroic glass and if it's profitable. Leia was asking if it's profitable, and then I was like, in theory, yes. But I'm kind of frustrated. All the Dichroic I bought has little scratches in it, so I probably should have spot checked it better when I was in the store, but it's fine. So that's Dichroic, and I planned on making a little, tie-dye bear by layering 2 of the Dichroic pieces. And then a little Dichroic mushroom and stuff like that, but I just never got around to it for the psychedelic summer update. I'm good. That's my gaming name. Just found craft streams on here. Oh, welcome. I am a full-time stained glass artist. If you haven't already read my bio, most people don't, but I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, and I make stuff. So I don't really have anything within reach. But I make a lot of little bears. This is, I guess, a best example. This is a little bear I was going to paint some mushrooms on. So I like making tiny stuff like this. Most of the streams, if I'm cutting glass, is just me being super... can't make any decisions. Indecisive. Super indecisive about the glass colors that I'm going to use. And I'll ask people, and then they'll say things, and then I'll just do whatever I want anyway, because I'm so rude. But right before the stream ended, I think I was about to get to the part where I was going to cut up these gills, and I'm going to use this iridescent periwinkle color. Ooh, took a class 10 years ago, really enjoyed it. Very nice. It's really tedious, but I like it. I like the final product. That's my favorite part, is when you finish a piece. So. Oh, I should have named the stream part 2. I forgot to change the name. Oh well. Anyway, so let's go ahead. We're gonna figure out what we need to do. I'm gonna cut this up with, I like to use an X-Acto knife. Hello, finally made it to one of your active streams. Thank you so much. Skylar, welcome. Welcome in. We're just working on some little mushroom gills right now. I think what I'm gonna do, let me grab my Sharpie. I'm just gonna number these. gonna number these, and I think I'm gonna cut them out individually because I think that'll give the best effect. You can use pattern shears, which will cut out these black lines, but for like these curvy bits, I tend to prefer using an X-Acto knife just because it gives me more control. And I'm I think a little faster with the X-Acto knife just because I've been doing it for so long. This is ultimately going to take longer than if I just cut it out as one solid piece, but it's going to look better, and that's what's important. And yeah, those of you who are back from the previous stream that just ended abruptly, I think what happened is my internet just like auto-connected to the server, or not to the server, to the hotspot that I can't use for streaming, which is extremely rude if you ask me. Yes, I'm back. My computer just auto reconnected to another internet thing, so I have a hotspot from T-Mobile because we live out in the middle of nowhere, and I had to have a hotspot, like wireless hotspot. And we get really good signal, but for whatever reason, they started throttling our internet. So I get like perfect internet for streaming, but then I can't stream. So I've had to switch to using my phone's hotspot on Verizon. Welcome back, everyone. I guess I should say I'm the one who's back. Brian is doing okay. He had an MRI last week before I left for my trip, and they found out he has a severe disc herniated disc. So he has to have surgery to get it fixed, but the doctor that he spoke to said that it's a pretty straightforward surgery and he shouldn't be out of commission for too long. And he also went to a physical therapist type, like I think he went to a chiropractor, and then he's gonna have another physical therapist he goes to, but the chiropractor got him doing a bunch of new things that he wasn't doing before, so and that seems to be helping him a lot with the pain. So he's doing better slowly. Every day is a little bit better. Some days are not that great, some days are better, but because he has such a strong base whenever he did injure himself, that is basically the only reason why he's able to even like get up and walk around. So you asked Kuya earlier how he is, and he said, "Sunvi, I want to die." Why? Always with the drama. But yeah, chiropractor, and then I don't know if they have any plans for doing like another physical therapist, but the chiropractor is gonna get him all fixed up. So it's a long process. It's been a long time, but he's getting there, and he's slowly but surely going to be able to recover. So, yay. Yay. Alright, so this is gonna be 1. Let me find a Sharpie that works. Yeah, he's like bedridden for a little bit, and then he just realized, like, he just decided he can't do that, and like he was feeling terrible, so he tries to get up and move as much as he can. But there was a few weeks where, I mean, he would like just wake up and just be in just extreme pain all night. It was terrible. Let's see, this one. I'm trying to line up the striations to be the correct angle for what I'm trying to do. So this one we're gonna put He's a stubborn old bull. I'm not here. Who's not here? I don't know. I don't see any messages. Let's see. Let's do this piece. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Injured my ACL waiting for surgery and other health issues came up. My back has 2 herniated discs. That is getting worse because I compensate. Oh, it's terrible. And then it's like the longer you wait for appointments, the worse it gets. I mean, Brian, he had his first doctor's appointment. This happened like the end of September when we were moving. It was the last week of September, and then he didn't have his first appointment until December 6th. So it takes flippin' forever, and it's terrible, and I'm sorry that you feel crappy and you have 2 herniated discs. How long does it take for you to finish? This, because I'm doing a lot of pieces, this is like a 10-hour, 8 to 10 hour type piece. And then when I live stream, it takes me longer too. So, oops, is that, no, okay. But I'm kind of just doing this for fun right now. Like, I'm not super worried about trying to get it done as fast as possible. $10 hours, yeah, 10 hours ish. It might be longer because I'm gonna paint it. I tend to calculate, if I do end up selling this, like I'll calculate everything based off of the number of pieces I do, because that's just kind of easier. I tend to forget to time myself. And especially, like I said, if I'm working on it on a live stream, it's like twice as long. So if I were to live stream this entire process, it would be way, way, way longer. Which I think why, like, it would be fun to do some cross-stitching streams, because it's already something that takes forever, and I'm just doing that for fun. Hopefully, oh my gosh, you had a heart attack just before you're supposed to have surgery, so I watch crafts and do some, oh my gosh, well, I'm so glad that you're okay from that. That is horrendous, and I'm so sorry to hear that. Wait, Kuya, where are you right now? Where are you? ¿Dónde? Boy, do I have some stories. Hi, Dan. How are you? Welcome in. How have you been doing? I like this piece. So I'm gonna do this like this. Whoops. Oh my lord. Like this. Can't even see what I'm doing. Dealing with cardiologist now so I can get the ACL repaired. You poor thing, you're just falling apart. My goodness. My goodness. I don't like that piece. 5. Gonna do this one. Like right here. No, like here. I'm in the province doing some stuff. Don't worry. Okay. I'm not worried then. Not too bad. I've not made a thing in 3 months. Can't seem to motivate to design anything. Hard to break out of that slump. I completely understand, Dan. I completely understand. There are just sometimes you get into slumps, like with creation, where you just can't, it's hard to get out of. I would say that's probably the hardest part about doing this full time, is like experiencing the same thing, because there's not a lot of wiggle room to like not be creative. So it can be hard, and I don't have a solution. I don't have a solution for getting out of that creative slump, so I think sometimes you just gotta kind of step back and chill out a little bit and relax. Something I like to do if I'm having something like that is I'll browse Pinterest. I don't look at other stained glass artists, but I will browse Pinterest for like just other art and kind of see how my soul feels looking at things and see if it inspires something. Hello Eileen, how are you? And hi Mina. I got into stained glass because of your videos. Oh, that's so sweet. So glad that you can be here as well. As you can see, we're just working on this little mushroom right here, and I'm just chit-chatting away and hardly getting anything done. But yeah, that's like my thing that I'll do, because I have been struggling somewhat with that recently. Man, I don't have any pieces that fit this. It's a weird little piece. Thanks to COVID, VA gave me community care and got to pick my own back doctor. VA wanted to fuse me. Instead, I got disc replacement. Been awesome and lost no mobility. That is so awesome. Oh, I'm so glad. I think fusing, I've talked to quite a few people about spinal fusion and so Brian has already been like, no, we're not doing that. So, oh, no, gosh darn it. This is just like a weird long piece. So I'm gonna have to cut it from this large section here. Community care. I've never heard of that before. Brian, have you heard of that? There's a lot of like unknown sneaky VA things that you have to like word of mouth learn about them. Did a scorpion when I was 15 and my parents never took me to the doctor. So I was like, it should be fine. Did a scorpion? What does that mean? Is that, what do you, like a yoga scorpion? What does that mean? I'm sorry, I don't. I had my neck done in 98, C5 to C6. Well, the issue most of the time. Oh, okay. Community care. Great. He knows what that is. The issue with like spinal fusion that I've talked to people about is that like his is lumbar and sacral, like L5S1, or I think. And then if you fuse it, like they tell you can't lift more than 10 pounds ever. Learning from you and getting together with some of my girlfriends each week. Let's talk about glass. Let's talk about glass. And I'm sorry it still hurts, Annie. I'm sorry that I don't know what the scorpion is you're referring to. Also, if you guys are watching on YouTube, if you could smush the like button, that helps me so very much. I don't like to like button beg, but it helps, and That's it. Thanks. Oh. Oh, that makes me really uncomfortable just reading it. Oh my god. You poor thing. Everyone's just falling apart. My goodness. My goodness, golly gee willikers. 8, 9, 10. So we need this one. Smoosh it. Smoosh it. We are... I'm just glad that it's not worse for Brian, because it would... I mean, like, for the first month, that was when... Like, that was part of why it took me so long. Dang it, this piece is too long as well. That's why it took me so long to get my studio finished, is because I was doing the drywall. I had a friend helping me, but, like, a lot of the chores and everything, like, I was just by myself. So... things were just taking way, way, way longer. I didn't work at all in October because I was just like, we were trying to move and get settled, and there was just hurricanes everywhere. It was ridiculous. Thanks for those who liked it. I can see those little likes popping up. You all are the best. Thank you. Also, okay, I have to ask a question because I need to come up with... I'm going to be working on a video this month. I put a community post up. If you all would like a long form video and there's a topic you want me to cover, please, if you have any suggestions, let me know, either in the live comments on the stream, or if you're watching the stream later, you can leave a comment too. Or if you want to go to the community post, I just honestly feel like I have so many topics I could do, and I don't know how to just dial in on one. My wife got pack of glass at garage sale. They'd already put foil on. Do I peel it off and redo? Yeah. It can be really annoying to take old foil off, though. So what I like to do is I use an X-Acto knife, and they have X-Acto knife blades that's like a square chisel. And I find that that's easiest to use. That it's just like a straight flat blade that you can like kind of chisel. So I would get one of those, and then what you would also need, because sometimes with that old foil, if it's still stuck on there, like, it's gonna be hard to get off. I like to have isopropyl alcohol and use that to clean up those edges and get all that sticky black residue that will be left on there. So scrape off the foil gently. You don't want to scratch the glass, but then, and then you'll a lot of times on that old glass that has foil on it, there will be black stuff on the edges, and that's really easy to just run your X-Acto knife on the edge and scrape it off. So, isopropyl alcohol, X-Acto knife, scrapey, and you'll be fine. Okay, 8. We got 8 done. Now we need 9. I like this piece. And 10. I'm also having a lack of motivation. I think it's due to the mad rush of Christmas. Hopefully motivation will come back soon. I think also, hi Cindy. I think sometimes it can be hard if you are doing a lot like right up before Christmas. Because I think for me personally, December is kind of, it's the darkest month. There's the least amount of sunlight hours generally, and it's usually pretty cold, and it's just kind of a time that I think it's really good to rest. But if you're in a situation like if you're trying to create things for Christmas gifts for other people, I mean, I was working up until Christmas Eve. So that can be really hard to like not get that kind of rest and recovery time. And then you have the new year that comes up, and I think a lot of people even subconsciously feel the need to, at the new year, like get a bunch of stuff done. Like new year, new me, like let's go. So I think that there's also a lot going on in the world right now, and I think that subconsciously at a minimum affects people. So I mean, like, I won't even talk about everything that's going on. We all know what's going on. But I think that can definitely have an effect on creativity. Also, Cindy, I need to give a shout out to Cindy. I need to give a shout out. And I need to show you the cool things that Cindy has given me, because it just blows my mind. Let me show y'all something that I have gotten. Some of the things that I have gotten. I have them all stacked up because I was gonna showcase these during the live stream. So, Cindy is just the sweetest person in the whole universe, and last stream I was talking about how awful my brushes are and how I'm gonna get new ones, but she got me so many new brushes, so thank you. Also, we got this magic outlining pen, which I need to fiddle with, but it seems pretty cool. There's like this little tippy tip. We got soldering tweezers, which these seem really awesome for grabbing onto things while you're soldering, and they're like really strong too, like they don't let go. And oh my goodness, she also sent a bunch of iridescent clear art glass, which I'm super excited to tear into. Look at it. So thank you, Cindy, for sending this to me. It always blows me away when people send me stuff, because I just like, it's just crazy to me. I don't know. I'm so appreciative anytime I get anything like this. And this was like a whole Christmas. But anyway, do you have any tips on starting a stained glass business? I'd love to make this hobby full time. I just have no clue where to start. So you have to have a really big audience. That's like, I think, a really good starting point. I'm not a huge, like, I don't feel comfortable giving a lot of business advice. I kind of always just like to say that I was in the right place at the right time. So I was, from what I can, like, what I saw, I was one of the first stained glass people on TikTok. I never saw any other stained glass people, and I started in November of 2019. So I pretty quickly got a lot of commissions from TikTok. And then I made the YouTube, and I had the Instagram the whole time too. And so all of them just kind of grew. But TikTok was really, really important for me, because I had a video blow up, and I had kind of poor sales up to that point. Not terrible, but not the best. I had a video blow up, and I got like, it was crazy. I got like 100 orders in one go from this one video, and I was freaking out because I had never gotten that many orders before. I had no idea how to pack anything, like in a like assembly line type thing. So social media and those like viral things are kind of how I grew my business to where it's at now. Consistency with social media, which is something I'm not good at, is really important. But otherwise, I would suggest, and I've also had Brian, who studied business in school, so he has helped me a lot and like pushed me in directions of things, and then I just kind of do the work. So that's kind of the most like business advice I'm comfortable with giving, because I haven't taken a business class before, and that's kind of how I've done it. So the difficult part about stained glass now is that I started when it was kind of at a low point. Like, I didn't really ever see any other stained glass artists. There were a few that were pretty like in my, like, it wasn't to the extent that it is now. Like, I see new people make stained glass Instagrams all the time. And so there's a lot more competition now. So that is going to be something that you will have to kind of hurdle to get over. Because when I think back, I just don't remember there being a lot of stained glass artists. Yeah, no, Mina, you're totally correct. And that's like the thing I struggle with the most is I am not a natural content creator. I don't like being on social media. I never used my Facebook, like my own personal Facebook. I had an Instagram, but I didn't really ever post much on it. Like, I kind of did, but not really. And like, it's kind of like I've had to learn a new skill of just like creating videos and like some people are just so good at like the TikTok short format, like making 3 videos a day, but it's a little bit harder when you're an artist because like, I don't know, you're focused on making art and you have to also focus on making the video. So it's not as straightforward as say other content creators, like some TikTok people, all they do is like learn a dance and then that's like their whole thing. But doing content creation while you're also trying to create new art and something that people have never seen before, that can be difficult. And something that I struggle with is I'm constantly trying to come up with new things that I haven't seen before. And a lot of times I don't like looking at other stained glass artists' work, not because I'm like jealous or anything like that, but I find that it's more of like I will compare myself and I'll be like, oh, I didn't come up with something that cool. And then it puts pressure on me to come up with something cool. If I just kind of like kind of focus on my own stuff and like don't just like browse hundreds of stained glass artists, then I feel like that helps me come up with stuff that's more original and feels more authentic to me. I'm a painter. Stained glass for some people is cool until they find out how hard it is. Exactly. Or how much of a time commitment and a space commitment and a monetary commitment it is. I'm a painter and I always forget to take videos of the process. TikTok has the best natural reach I've found and I just can't. I'm so similar. But like, so just to kind of put it into perspective, even with where I'm at, which I still have a lot of like growing that I want to do, and I'm not trying to say that I'm this like crazy awesome creator by any means, but like I even struggle with being like, man, I don't really create that much cool stuff. Like I still have those thoughts of like it's not cool enough. How do I make something cooler? Like I don't know what to do. So need to create multiple sources of income. Yeah, no, and that's a good idea too. Getting your stuff out into different places. That's kind of like I'm trying to do. Let me see if I can cut glass and talk at the same time, because I'm just not doing anything and I'm just talking with my hands a bunch. That's what I've tried to do with kind of having multiple sources of income. Like I have my Patreon and I have YouTube and I have different, just different things going on instead of just like all of my eggs were in the TikTok basket before, and now I've kind of diversified and tried to get out there more, but I still haven't done any in-person like art shows or anything. I think it would be cool. I just haven't done it yet. I've always loved it. Have several lamps in my house waiting for my kit from Delphi. Ah, very nice. Very exciting. Richard, if I were to just focus and not be talking and just like crack down and do this, I would estimate between 8 and 12 hours for this mushroom picture. But the problem is that I like to talk to people. I like to be on Discord. I like to call people and kind of have some company while I'm working. So things end up taking a little bit longer than they might if I was just laser focused in. came out of my cave to say shush, your stuff is cool. I'm not trying to fish for compliments either. I'm just trying to say that, like, I think it's really normal to doubt yourself and, like, have those kind of problems with content creation, and being an artist is, like, just constantly feeling like you have to do better and your stuff isn't as good as it could be. That's the point I was trying to make, but I appreciate you saying that. I wanted to design a tent with a fire for her. I made one niece an owl and the other niece rainbow and 3D butterflies. That's so cute! More people order online than go to stores. That's true. Instagram always seems fruitless, but I've had luck with posting my creations to subreddits. Reddit is definitely a really good resource, and I've had a few friends post things. I had a friend post one of my dinosaurs, and it blew, a dinosaur that my grandpa made me, that I redid, it blew up. So it's definitely, I agree with that, Michael. I was doing craft shows pre-pandemic, and they were honestly so fun. It didn't turn a huge profit, but it was great networking. I think it sounds really fun. I would really like to do it someday. What piece am I trying to focus on? Here we go. There's a really big art festival here called the Mount Dora Art Festival, or like Festival of Arts or whatever. It's been going on for years and years and years, but it's really hard to get into, and it's really expensive. Like, it's a higher end fine arts thing. And if I'm still in Florida next year, I might try to get into it. Made a few Kirby's, and our Kirby loved them. Oh, I bet if you made Mega Man people are crazy about Mega Man. So I feel like that would also be a really good thing to make and post. Ooh, a Velociraptor would be really hard, but that would be so cool. Got distracted during technical difficulties and started staining shelf brackets. Nice. And that's fine. No, I didn't actually expect to be able to come back. But what happened, I think, was it auto-connected to another internet thing. Is this one? Yes. It auto-connected to another one of my internet. I don't know words right now. And it disconnected me because I can't stream from that one. Oh, you know that Mount Dora. Yes. Florida is not where I want to root. So we're hoping to move eventually. Florida's fine and all, I guess, but I'm so tired of the heat. So tired of the heat. Hi, Nanu. But yeah, Mount Dora is super cool. Last year I went, and there was only one stained glass person, and she had huge panels. So I think that might be an issue, is that I don't have a lot of like high dollar stuff. But there's people that sell like paintings that are like $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. And so people going to the Mount Dora Arts Festival, like they got the moolah, you know? So I'm sure some of my stuff, people would be like, I love it. Give it to me. Let me take it. I think it would be cool. I honestly didn't even think about it until just now. So if I'm still in Florida, I guess even if I'm not in Florida, I could try, and then I could just drive down. We love upstate South Carolina. We have all the seasons, but not too much snow or heat. Pennsylvania. I don't think I could do Pennsylvania. Brian has family there. Whoops. But there's just certain things that we just don't like about PA. We're kind of thinking Eastern Mountains type thing. Word of mouth for local biz. I'm a woodworker and started giving stuff as gifts, and now busier than I'd like to be. Ooh, nice. Alright, setting off fire alarms. My goodness. I need to redo this one. This is not good. I like it here, but I'm far from my family. That could be part of it. Yeah, we're kind of thinking like Tennessee, West Virginia, possibly North Carolina. And I've been talking about it forever. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm not a Florida gal. It's hot. I got stung by a scorpion like 2 weeks ago. I'm over it. Like, I'm over it. I love Colorado. The only problem I find with Colorado is just the housing prices. Like housing, and we also want to live somewhere that's not too far away from family. So we don't have any family really on the West Coast. So otherwise, if that wasn't like a huge thing for us, we would probably go to like Colorado or Utah or something. PA people only care about quilts and hex signs. I know, and I'm not Amish or a Mennonite, so darn. Yep, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm in rainy Britain. Oh, I have a few friends there, and it sounds terrible. The weather. Sorry, the weather. He's like, it's always raining. Yeah, no, a lot of people are from PA, and like in Florida, there are a ton of people from PA. That's why there's Wawas in Florida, and I think it's because of all the PA people. Northwest Wisconsin, very nice, very cold and cheesy. I used to live in Asheville. It was awesome for the arts, expensive as heck now. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we have to consider, and who knows when we're going to be able to move. I'm not even saying this is like on the horizon. It's just something that like I'm sure like I know Brian wants to move as well and be in the mountains eventually, but I honestly think that he would want to move more so just to hear me stop complaining about how much I don't like Florida. So the weather is awful. Hi, welcome Hannah. Hi Renee, how are you? We're just talking smack about everywhere. The heat, the Florida heat is just what gets really old. But yeah, I'm sure, I know that Brian, like, he's just ready to, like, not have me talk about how tired I am of living here. I used to live in North Carolina, and I honestly, I have to do some research about North Carolina, because there's a few different things that we try to, like, I do anytime I'm even looking at houses, because one of my favorite pastimes is looking at real estate, even though it's completely unrealistic and I can't even afford anything right now. But if I find a cool house that I like, I'm like, okay, and I start looking at like crime maps, and I look at like different grocery stores in the area, how far away VA hospitals are, and I just get into it, and I go down little rabbit holes, and I'm like, I'll just go and I'll be like, Brian, we need to move to this town in North Carolina. Look how many cool things it has. See, nailed it. I'm sorry. I just want to live in the mountains and be in the snow. Oh, a barn dominium would be cool. I think barn dominiums are awesome, but I've heard that they're a little bit hard for, like, to actually build and stuff and get loans for, because the resale value, according to people, because not a lot of people live in barn dominiums, that's why, like, banks a lot of times won't approve loans to build barn dominiums. Have to wait for the housing market to bust. Exactly. Well, for us, like, with Brian's current health conditions, we need to live within an hour or less of a VA hospital. Brian, my husband, is a veteran. So, he's been dealing with back problems and stuff. Jesse, I know, but we have to compromise and be with family. I don't know if I want that much snow either. Like, my cousin lived in Montana for a few years, and he was like, I got so freaking tired of the snow. Oh, hush. I got used to the swamp life. Get out of here. Let me be a Scrooge about Florida all I want. Leave me alone. Yeah, he's here. Brian. Bull strength. He's the hubs. The hubs! Hubby! Oh, I've never said that before. I don't like saying that. It's even weird to say husband sometimes. I feel like we've been married forever, though. I was just talking to him last night. I was like, man, being married is so cool. And he was just playing his video game, and he was like, uh-huh. I was like, we're like a little unit now. He was like, yep. Playing Civilization 5. Bigfoot, Beard Man, Beard Daddy, as Risk called him. Let me see if I can move you a little, whoops, closer. Neighbor's dog is barking up a storm. We just got over 3 feet of snow and we're without power for 6 days. That's a little much. I want like a foot of snow. Because I don't commute. I work in a shed. My studio. That's all I need. As long as I have a heater in here, I'm good. That's all I need. Evan will need sweaters, so I'll have to crochet him a bunch of sweaters. But it'll be fine. I got you trapped now. Well, I think that's like, it can be a little harder with snow if you have to like take care of animals, which we will have to do because we're always going to have chickens and rabbits at least. So I'm sure there's downfalls, and I'm sure I'll eventually move to our dream home in the mountains, and then you'll be hearing me on stream and I'll be like, I'm so tired of this snow. And everyone watching will just be collectively rolling their eyes. The Steam Deck is really awesome. Brian and I both got a Steam Deck for Christmas. And I haven't been playing it as much recently because I'm trying to get more into cross-stitching. And I was doing more crocheting for Christmas. I haven't crocheted anything crazy though. But yeah, no, Steam Deck is awesome. Where do you put your grinder goop? Outside? Down the drain? My grinder goop, so what I do is I wait like a day for it to kind of not dry out, but get it so where it's soggy, but it's not visibly like standing water in the grinder. And then I have a credit card and I scrape all of the goop into a trash bag. So I just throw it away. I use like grocery bags and I just like double bag it and I scoop it. scoop the goop. Do not put it down the drain. I can imagine that it would probably end up clogging your drains after a while, because it'll settle if there's any of those like curvy pipes. Oh my gosh. Hey, can you just do this like really huge project for me? Thanks. I'm doing a Kingdom Hearts commission right now. That is awesome. I'm itching to emulate Kingdom Hearts 2. So, the thing about emulation, Brian has not had success with emulation. He tried doing emulation and it was pretty choppy. So that was the one thing he was a little disappointed about, was, and he can write a comment on it too if he's still around, but there's a bunch of YouTube videos saying emulation was really smooth, but like he has no idea what settings they had it on to do that, because he like did it and it sucked. So, but it's still pretty awesome to have like your whole, every video game you've ever owned in handheld version. Oh, what? Okay, well, that changed, because last time I checked, emulation sucked, so never mind. I guess he figured it out. Okay. Just kidding. Never mind. Retract my statement. What I said was redacted. It's fine. Hi, Megs. I'm listening but not watching as I'm driving. All right. Be careful. Don't comment and drive. Don't chat and drive. Next time I'll just let Brian answer first. Better than what's on the radio? Oh my goodness. What a compliment. You're too kind. You're too kind. Thank goodness my internet is back. I was looking up Verizon hotspots earlier, and I was looking at different plans they have, and I could get 150 gigabytes of hotspot data a month. It was like $80 or something. So I'm not sure if I want to do that right meow, but it's a possibility. Let me see. Are you liking the studio now that you've redone it? Yes, I am. It's a little messy right now. And I need to get carpet, like rugs, just because I don't like the sound in here without rugs, and like it just gets really dirty. I would rather like there be rugs that catch all the dirt that I can vacuum. But I really like it. I still need to finish getting all the wall art up. I don't know if everyone has seen my back decorated wall, but I'll show you. So that's like my gallery wall that I'm currently working on, and I would like it to be all along here. That whole thing. And then I need to make this pretty, but it's a lot better. A lot better than before, because we have all of our storage somewhere else now. So my studio is just my studio now. So, got a jet. It was really rad being able to catch some of the stream. Have a great day. Bye, Mina. Thank you so much. It was so good chatting with you. Now I gotta figure out where my camera was. Oh, yeah. No, and definitely don't, yeah. Pets. I personally think pets should just kind of generally stay out of a stained glass area. If I sweep, Evan doesn't walk around in here. The only time Evan or Bean are in here is if they're in that chair. There's never any debris in that chair either, so. But yeah, no, it is so much bigger, and that's what I like, is I wanted it to be just bright neon white, because I was so tired of how dark it felt with that exposed plywood. So, I love it. It's the same one! It's the same one! But the back... Here. let me turn it back around. I'll take you on a little mental journey. So back on this wall, it used to be all storage. So basically, I would say up until the close edge of this picture frame, all the way back, that entire back section was just storage, and it was just bins stacked up on top of each other. So I had probably, I don't know, 40 less, 50, 60 less square feet back there, because it's 40 less square feet than I do now. So now this is, like I said, this is just my studio. There's nothing else. Like, I eventually want to get some nice doors too, some French doors, to just have a bunch of light coming in. So thanks, y'all. I love the studio so much now. Gotta get to work. Fun to watch just how quick you're making those pieces. Thanks so much for hanging out, Hilltown. I'm being very slow and I'm not working very well right now, but it was so good talking with you, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Are you cutting on a cutting mat, like what's used for cutting fabric? That's what I'm using. Seems too hard. This is a self-healing cutting mat, so yes, I think it's what they use for fabric. I really like it personally. I used to cut on and like work exclusively on corkboard, little corkboard squares, but I find this to be just fine. I like it. Yeah, when I look back at old pictures of the studio, it makes me want to vomit. It looks so bad. Like, it just looks so unprofessional. But, I mean, there's a reason why I didn't want to do it, is because I knew it was going to take forever, and it was expensive. I mean, it was, I want to say it was like $800 to insulate and drywall this thing. So it was an investment. And on top of the moving costs that we had, like, it was just, there was a lot going on. I was very stressed in October because of having to get everything installed myself, and how much money we had spent moving and for insulating and drywalling this, and not working. But it's okay now. Everything's fine. We've normalized again. We're in a nice homeostasis now that everything is settled down and we're good. Whoops. This glass is surprisingly difficult to break. Let me see if I make sure I didn't miss anyone's comments. Okay. There we go. All right, I'm caught up on everyone. Didn't miss any messages. Waffle board. Big stuff is fine, small stuff, and you're asking for issues. I have a piece of that stuff, and I just, like, don't really, I've talked about it before. I'm not a huge fan. I'll use it sometimes, but, like, for tiny little pieces like this, I tend to not use it. It all comes down to personal preference. Like, if you like waffle board, it's fine, but it's not my favorite. Pros and cons. It's like, there's pros and cons. You get all the glass dust caught in the little cuppies, but then it's just, like, not good for tiny pieces. Okay, so this is what we have. It's kind of cool that I used a bunch of different pieces, so the gills are all, like, different colors and different iridescence colors. It's kind of nice. I like it. Still don't know what to do about this little top. So your audio is cutting in and out and the cameras are blurry. Oh no! Your internet's being naughty. I would not be surprised. If anyone else is having issues, could you please let me know? I don't see any notifications coming up on my computer. My microphone looks like it's plugged in fine. I wouldn't be surprised though. My internet tends to just be a turd. Naughty. So this is the option. This is the option I have for the stems. I post all of my stuff on my Etsy. I don't have my link generation thing set up, but it's Sunbear Glass Crafts with an S. And that's where I do all of my sales, just because Etsy does all the tax stuff for me and I just like to keep things simple. I don't like Etsy, and I've said that because they kind of are turds, but they make things easy, so I guess I can't complain. So this is what I'm thinking. I don't think I like this though. Is it choppy for everyone? Oh no. How often do you change the head on the glass cutter? I've had this for almost 2 years now and I haven't changed it, so at least 2 years. This is Toyo brand, so it's really high quality, but I think I need to change it soon, so I probably will get a new one when I order supplies here soon. Oh, sorry. Gosh darn it. Let me put my phone up here for the hotspot. So frustrating. So annoying. It's probably me. If everyone's like, yeah, but yeah, it's probably me. So, let's call it as we sees it. It's probably Rachel's internet. Let's see. What are we gonna do for the stem? Hi, did it cut out again? Careful walking.
It's still randomly keeps buffering.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not you guys. I think it's on her end.
Careful. If it's this bad, I mean, I don't know.
Bump your resolution up.
No, he's talking to the person that said that it's low res.
Yeah, I didn't see any problems with the resolution. It's just looks like